If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song.
It is essential for those of you watching to understand this. None of us are exaggerating when we talk about how amazing Tanya is. This woman was a complete anomaly. I have still never met someone so complete in personality. I think of her beautiful face first because this was my first impression of her, but then her sincere love of life begins to shine through. She was absolutely hilarious and loved to laugh. Her top priorities were her family and her friends always. She was comfortable and happy in so many situations and had so many goals in her life. The world has lost a precious gift in Tanya, and those of us who were touched by her life will always remember how amazing she was.
Tanya was my first friend, pretty much, that I met in Pullman outside of my high school friends. She actually lived right across the hallway from me in the dorm, and we went through Rush the entire week together. And I remember the very last day, we were both really hoping that we were gonna, end up in AO Pi, and I remember thinking like, wow, this is gonna be my friend forever, and we really were.
I met Tanya my freshman year, very first day on bid day, and we were both sort of nervous and didn't really know what to do and hadn't really hung out with a bunch of girls and been in that sort of situation, and it was really, we were very good for each other, I guess, sort of thing. Made each other feel really comfortable, and we were sitting in the car joking around and talking about music, and I just knew then that this would be okay.
We had this simple understanding about each other. We were both nerds at heart. We both loved to read, and we both kind of just didn't care. We would go with the flow.
I noticed her because she is extremely beautiful and she had a really fun style, but what I really noticed about her was the fact that at chapter she sat in front of me, and every single day she wore these jeans where her butt crack showed, and not even like a little bit, like full on. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like this girl's so cute, but like her butt crack shows. And it just like, for some reason I was like, I just want to be friends with her. She just looks like a lot of fun.
It was my birthday, and everyone was studying for finals, and I didn't have a final the next day, and I really wanted to go out and do something for my birthday. And I remember texting Tanya, and she was so excited to come over because she lived in the house for the second semester and I still lived in the dorms, and she walked all the way over to the dorms and met up with me, and we were still we didn't really know each other all that well, and we put on these crowns that my mom sent us, and she made me this handmade birthday sign and taped it to me, and we just kind of walked around campus and wandered around, and I was just like, this girl is so awesome. She totally came out for my birthday. We didn't even really know each other, and she made the effort to make me feel really special on that day, and ever since then we just clicked. She was my best friend throughout the whole 4 years of college.
She just had this magnetic spirit about her. Literally ask anyone in the entire campus and they knew who she was, and they made her feel like she was their best friend, and she was my best friend.
She didn't judge anyone. She was just, if someone wanted to do something that she was interested in, it didn't matter who you were, what social circle you hung out with, what you had done in your past or anything. She was just so loving of everyone and just took everyone in for who they were and what they stood for, and accepted everyone right away.
She has the biggest free spirit I've ever met. She's the girl when I want to do something last minute, she's on board and ready to go. She can call me up at 9 o'clock, hey, you want to go out to Whidbey Island for the night? Sure, let's catch the midnight ferry. Or hey, I want to go to Seattle and do this last minute. Okay, sure. She'll hop on board and she's down for the ride.
She was such a goal-oriented, and she was just so smart and had big dreams of seeing the world. So her and I together made really big plans to see the world. And I studied abroad my junior year in Rome, and she went to Athens, but before she went to Athens she came to Rome to be with me for a few weeks or a week, and we just went out, and I was still nervous and I was scared of the city still. Rome is a huge city, and she was just so outgoing and inspired me to get out there and have fun and see the city. And we would just do ridiculous things and just start screaming out the window of the taxi, being like, when in Roma, perfecto, and it was was so ridiculous. And when we went to Athens, we would go on big hikes and we would just talk about what we wanted to do and what we wanted to see.
She's fearless and she's brilliant. She traveled the world and she's been everywhere. She's swam in the Dead Sea. She's from Israel, got to go back and visit time with her family. She's also Russian, very, very proud of her Russian heritage.
Over the years, our group got pretty close, and the 6 of us girls got to know each other on a different level than any other group of girls I've ever been in contact with.
And I was really fortunate to be lucky enough to live with her our last year in college, right next door to each other, and we would just be attached to each other's hips. Like if I was in class or she was at home and we weren't together, we'd always have to text each other or call each other to figure out where we were. And she truly is just an amazing spirit and makes you want to be a better person.
When she passed away, I knew, we were planning on teaching abroad together, and after she left, after she was killed, I didn't know what to do with myself.
She definitely, man. She definitely was somebody that I didn't expect to have an impact that she did on my life.
She has molded me into what I am today. She's let me put my guard down and taught me that being me is okay and life is beautiful. She's great. It sucks that she's gone, but I'm glad I had the time with her that I did.
With her spirit that she left with me, she gave me the strength and courage to leave again, and I spent a year teaching abroad in South Korea, and I know I couldn't have done that without her. And I still have big dreams of seeing the rest of the world, and I know that she's going to be with me the whole time.
It sucks that she's gone, but I know that one day we will be together again. And I got the most beautiful angel looking over me. It's kind of takes a weight off my shoulders knowing I've got someone looking down on me. I think in the end, the message that needs to get across is that do not drink and drive and do not get in the car with anybody. What the risk you're taking affects so many people.
And you always think that, oh, it's not going to happen to me, it never will, but we're all living proof that these things do happen and we're not invincible. And it takes one small decision to affect the rest of your life.
And everyone else's around her.
Else's life.
I think she's changed all of us from the inside out.
Well, and this is just a small fraction of all the people she changed, we're just a small number. There's so many more people out there that have been affected by this.
A cab ride is not that expensive, especially in Pullman. So $3 to $5 to get pretty much anywhere over there.
Yeah.
You can walk anywhere in that town.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
It makes for a good story to walk in Pullman.
I think I am more like a daisy because a rose is someone who is big and bold. A daisy sounds like someone who is more plain but sweet. It sounds like someone who's loose and happy. And that describes me. I am not big and bold, that's for sure. I'm just a cute little daisy waving in the wind.